Welcome to another of the quick Studio One tutorials. This one's just going to take a few minutes. This one is related to changing the tempo in a backing track. Now, there are several different ways to do that in Studio One. We're going to take a look in this one at only the most simple method that you'd want to use to quickly slow down a backing track that, let's say, is too fast, that you want to learn a solo against, or perhaps you just want to slow it down and listen to what's being played. In any case, it all starts out with a new song, and we'll select an empty song, and then right-click to create an audio track, and the one we'll be using is in stereo, so we'll get a stereo track for that. We will import our file, and we'll pick this one. It's a fast blues shuffle in G, 152 beats per minute. That's fast. So we'll import that into Studio One. Give it a quick listen. Okay, yeah, we definitely want to slow that one down. So then how far do we want to slow it down? Well, you can do the math, and a 10% slowdown is roughly 15 beats per minute. So if you slowed it down 10% to 90% of its original speed, you'd be looking at about 135 beats per minute, roughly. So it doesn't really matter. We can set it to any speed we want. In fact, we could do it several different times and have different speed tracks. What we do is we'll go into the event itself, right-click anywhere within that event, and in this one we'll see that there has been no file tempo information saved. And next to that you see an item called Speed Up, and that's just exactly what it sounds like. This sets the actual speed of the track regardless of what your tempo is. So we just click on this. Well, I thought we clicked on this. There we go. We click on this and it allows us to edit it. So let's say we want to take that down to 80% of the original speed. So that'd be knocking 30 beats a minute. That'd still be a rather peppy 120 beats a minute. So we've done that. And all we have to do now is go back to the beginning of the track and play it. Excellent. So we now have a track that is 80% of 152 beats per minute, or again, roughly about 120 beats a minute. You can take it down as far as you want. At some point, it will start introducing artifacts because there's just not enough information to go all the way down. For example, if we took it down to something like, let's say 40% and tried to play that, I think it would probably be painful. And in fact, that's pretty painful. So we'll kick it back up to 80%. Now what can we do with this? We can do pretty much anything that you would have done with the original track. If you want to save this, say to play along as a backing track or put it into a looper or for any other reason, you can simply save it. We'll do a save by going up and setting our loop length, and we'll stretch that out for the entire length of the song. Here rather than waiting for this thing to crawl, which is rather slow and painful, we'll come over here to the end, and we now have our start position and our ending position, and all we have to do now is export a mixdown, and we'll call it let's see, where do we want to put that? We want to put that in Studio One. No, we don't want to put it there. We want to come over here to our source audio files, and what do we want to call it? We'll call it the shuffle in G. And what do we say, about 120 beats per minute? And we can save it as a WAV file or as an MP3 or any one of several others. We'll save it here as an MP3 file, And we'll put in a sample rate of 44.1, which is most commonly used on the computers. And that's at a high bit rate of 320 kilobits per second. We tell the system to export in the range between the loop, that is from here to here, and then click OK. Now you'll notice here that it's giving us an error telling us that there's clipping that has occurred. For our backing track, normally we don't care, at least not in this situation. However, we'll just go through the example and take the opportunity to show you what to do if you get that. And in this one, we haven't done anything with the original input channel. We didn't change the volume, so it apparently got to be too loud because of the sonic energy actually rose as the frequency went down. So we'll take it down a few notches here on the main output, which is exactly where your mixing channels will end up. And we'll go through the same process again. We will do an export mix down. All the information is going to stay the same, and we'll export it as an MP3 file. And now it's done, and it's saved in our source audio files at 120 beats per minute as a mix down, and we just created that file. We can listen to it in Windows Media Player and use it in any place else that you want to use. That's it. Now, to take this one step further, you can come back now that you've created that, and you can change it to other speeds too. So, for example, if you wanted one that was at 70%, 80%, 90%, all you have to do is go back in again, change your tempo. It will adjust the speed of the song, and then simply export it just like we did before. Simple? I think so. That's the simplest way to change the tempo on a song in Studio One. Thanks for watching.